Hello, welcome to Craig Loves to Crochet. My name's Tonya and today we're going to learn how to make this cutest little lip balm keyring cozy, lip balm keyring holder. Absolutely fantastic. I've made loads of them for my daughter's friends, for stocking fillers, presents for people. They're absolutely fantastic, very versatile. You can make them from any kind of yarn. I usually use double crochet just because it works up quicker. I like to make them in various colours, and my daughter's chosen these colours because she's going to take this particular one on a camping trip with her so she can secure it to her belt so her lips don't get dry when she's out and about walking. But it's ever so cute. So we have at the back here, if you can see, I've secured a little cord here with a little key ring on the end, and then the bottom, it's got a lovely little star shape, various colours. There's aqua and gold my daughter wanted. A cute little lid, which I'll show you, which opens like so, and then we have our little buttonhole holder here. And then, I mean, you can put anything you want on, and at the end of the tutorial I'll show you lots of different varieties and versions that I've done with ribbons and bows and buttons and things, but for the purpose of this I've actually designed a really cute little button, just because there are very few buttons that are this kind of colour for our Abbey, so I decided to make my own little button and secure it on. And then obviously inside we have our little lip balm, fantastic for putting on pencil cases and bags. Kids love them, but adults do as well. They're absolutely great, very versatile. You can make them as large or as small as you like, really, whatever size your pot is. So let's get ready and make our really cute little lip balm cozy. Right, for this project we'll be using two different size crochet needles. We'll be using a 3.5 crochet needle, that's for the main part of the project. And then I will be using a 3mm crochet needle just for the edging. The yarn I've chosen to use are two beautiful colours, as I've already explained, and it's Cinder Snuggly Baby Bamboo. It's double knitting, so it's a double knit, and the shade number for this one, this lovely gold colour, is 174. And then I will also be using this gorgeous aqua colour again, Cinder Snuggly Baby Bamboo, double knitting again, 50-gram balls, and the shade for this one is 159. We'll also be needing a pair of scissors to cut our yarn, a key ring, or this one I think is a 2mm key ring, although don't quote me on that exactly. I purchased a few of these from eBay, but you can get them from most haberdashery or craft stores. We'll also need obviously our lip balm. This one here is chocolate orange, yummy. We'll need a yarn needle, and I also like to use a thimble because I have sensitive fingertips. A button, if you're not going to make one of my handmade crochet buttons. A stitch marker, or if you haven't got a stitch marker, quite often I'll use a piece of cotton. So let's get started. So we need to start off by making a magic ring, an adjustable ring, and I have made a short tutorial. Down below you'll find the link, and we'll start off working 2 chain. So 1, 2 chain. We're going to continue into our ring, and we're going to make 12 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so we'll pull our end loop out and we'll pull the tail end to bring our ring together as tight as possible. Okay, tiny little hole. Then what we'll do is we'll slip stitch into the top of our 2 chain. So when we get, try and find him. It's always a little tough to get into the first little 2 chain. So we'll slip stitch, so pulling through the top of the 2 chain and then secure into our last double crochet. And there you have the beginning of our first round. Okay, now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually attach our second piece of yarn, our other colour. So we'll get our gold yarn, find the end, where are you? There you are. And we'll wrap our yarn around the top end of our hook, pull it through our slip stitch hoop, and we'll tighten that, and there we've got our next piece of yarn attached. What we'll do is I'll take our main piece of yarn, our secondary colour, and we'll chain 1, and then we'll continue with 2 single crochets in each double crochet. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Oops, I've done that wrong. Rewind. Halfway. Then we're 23, 24, so we should have 24 stitches, and again we'll secure with our slip stitch into our first stitch here. Ready? Oops, slippery sucker. There we go. So we have our second round now. Beautiful, the colours. Right. Now we'll do one more round, because I think that's still, yes, quite a little smaller than our lip balm. So we'll do another just single crochet into each of the single crochets. So basically, if we have a look over the other side, we have our two tails. We'll stitch those in later. So we'll be using our main colour yarn this time. So we'll catch hold of that yarn and secure the other yarns at the back, pulling through our gold hoop, tighten that up so it secures it, and off we go with our main colour yarn again. So we'll need to single crochet in each stitch, so we should be single crocheting 24 again. So 1, 2, 3, and so on until we get to the end. Right, so I finished the end of my third row. Again, we're going to slip stitch into our the next single crochet, the first single crochet of that round. So pulling through, and again we're going to attach our gold yarn. So turn it around just to show you, picking up our main piece of yarn. You won't be able to see these because these are going to be inside. Again, we're going to pull our main yarn through our slip stitch there and give it a little tug. Just, oh, slippery. There you go. Okay, now then, let's have a little check to see how large this is and whether it's going to fit our, yes, I think that's about right. So this is about the right size for my lip balm. Depending on your lip balm, if it's bigger or smaller, you may want to do an extra round of single crochets, or you may want to leave it at that, the same as me. But if you can see, it's overlapping just a wee bit around, and that tells me now that that's about as big as I want my base. So what I'm going to continue to do for this round is I'm going to work in the back of my stitch, so in the back of my single crochet. So taking hold of my yarn, if I have a little look, we've got the 2 loops here. You can see we've got the 1 and then 2. We don't want to put it through the first loop, we want to only work into the back. So we'll ignore our first little fella and we'll go into the back there. So single crochet, again we should be 24 single crochets again, only in the back. So 1, 2, don't worry if it seems a little slack because that'll sort out. 3, 4, 5, and we're going to do this all the way around until we get to the end. Right, so I finished the end, my 4th round, working into the back, and if you can see now, this is going to set our little pot holder. So I'm going to continue the 5th round in this gold yarn in my secondary round, in my secondary colour, because I want to have 2 rows of each colour to give it a really nice stripe. So again, as we have been doing, we'll catch hold of the 2 parts of the stitch and we'll slip stitch. So in we go, and that will set our next round. Now for this round you may want to use your stitch marker, just because we're working in the same colour. It's a little easier when you've got 2 colours. So we'll pop our stitch marker in here and we'll know that's our 24th stitch, the end of our row. And again, what we're going to do is we're going to work all the way around in a single crochet in this colour. So start you off again. So 1, 2, 3, and so on all the way around until we get to our stitch marker, and I'll pick you up there. Okay, so 23rd stitch, we'll take our stitch marker out and we'll work our last stitch, our 24th stitch, into that single crochet that we had our marker in. Right, so we have our first round of stripe. We need to change our colour again, so we'll pick up our main yarn, our main colour yarn, again as we have been doing, picking up our yarn, pulling it through our hoop, giving that a little tug so it nestles in there snugly, that's right, and then we'll continue around. I won't put a stitch marker in this time because we know when we come to the end because of the change of colour, but we'll single crochet again all the way around to the end, and we'll do this twice, but I'll catch up with you at the end of this round. We'll do our slip stitch and then we'll continue on. Okay, so we've done our 24 stitches again. Oh, a stitch crochet hook's around the wrong way, and we'll slip stitch into the top of our first stitch, and again we're going to work all the way around. We'll pop our stitch marker in again like we did last time, just because we're using the same colour yarn. It just makes it so much easier, and I'll see you again at the end. We'll work all the way around again in the same colour. Okay, on my 23rd stitch we'll take our stitch marker out again, crochet our single crochet into our 24th stitch, our last stitch of this row, and there we go. Right, let's have a little check and see how much more we need to do. Let's pop my lip balm in there. Yes, I do about halfway, I would imagine, so I'll probably need another 2 rows, maybe another 4 rows, I think. Okay, right, so again I'm going to change my colour again, as I've shown you before. We'll slip our gold colour in, tighten that off, and off we go around the ring again, and we're going to do that twice again, so 2 more rows. Right, so we've finished row 9. Let's have a little check, see how our lip balm fits in now. So yes, I think we need definitely another row there. I'll come back after the next row. I might do 2 rows actually, and it's nicely covered. So another 2 rows, so we'll join our main colour on again, another 2 rows. We'll see how many rows you might need to fit your lip balm. Okay, right, so I finished the last 2 rows, as I was going to do 2 rows. So let's have a look. Yes, that is perfect. So we don't want it like massively overlapping, because that would be just way too bulky. So we've got a lovely fit. Fits lovely on the bottom and all around.